Terry, what you have? What was your biggest thing with your project?
Interview cancellations was the biggest thing. I was originally gonna interview one of the people that works for Red Cross right after the blood drive. I shot my B-roll, then I donated blood, and then I was gonna see him after, and he left.
Okay.
And then so I got a hold of him again, and we were scheduling it, and then we got a day down, and then he never got back to me on a time. And so I had to basically use people who have donated blood or people who went to the blood drive instead and do that last minute.
Yeah.
And also with one of my shots, like, I don't know what happened, but like there's these two random dots on the screen throughout the entire interview, like light dots.
They like little blue dots?
They're like yellow.
Yep.
A couple things could be causing that. Could be the dirty lens. Dirty mirror, there could be actually dirt on there. Because I think, was it your camera had that? A couple black dots. It also could be, if it's a colored dot, it probably steers me more towards the sensors going bad. There's a pixel in the sensor that has died.
Yeah,
probably red or blue
then
sensor.
I made interviews afterwards that didn't have it.
Yeah.
Kyle had that problem.
Yeah, because I use that for my dance video and it's in the
Same spot.
Same spot, the whole
That's what it
interview.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it goes away for the next interview, was the thing.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
kind of intermittent. That's probably not, it's definitely a sensor then.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was important footage, so I kind of still had to use it.
Sure.
But that was one of the biggest problems, and also doing the voiceover. I was really sick last night, and so my voice sounds terrible for the voiceover.
Who else needs this hardware, by the way? I got a raise file. Nice. That was quick. In After Effects, you can go in there and get rid of those pixels. You can actually cover them up if they're just like 1 or 2 pixels. You can actually take a source
It's
and-
pretty big.
Is it pretty big?
Yeah, it's.
Depending where it is and depending on what the camera's doing, then you can usually get rid of it. But
Yeah.
all right, what time is it? Do we get time? Oh yeah, we got 40 minutes.
Parker, you are so funny. Watch
Was it really okay? Then they use that one. That would be the best.
Yeah, that's the one I put on the hard drive.
All right.
Do you use your DSLR for like photos a lot though?
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause I love taking photos.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to get back to the story real quick for Matt and Cody. So yeah, I do a lot of photos. A lot of clients will hire me to do the videography work, and they'll say, "Hey, while you're there, take some photos." I'm like, "Okay, that's extra."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the more you know about a lot of different assets, so if you know how to edit, you know how to do After Effects, you know how to film correctly, and you do a lot of things, you're more marketable. Because I have a lot of people in my business that have been working as long as I have. They're only editors or they're only videographers. So what happens is when they go to a client for a job, they say, "Hey, we want to hire you. You're a great videographer. We want you to film our stuff.
Yeah.
But I also need you to edit, and I need you to do this." And they're like, "I don't know how to edit. I just shoot."
Yeah, I'm just like-
And they're gone. They can't get the job. So the more you know about a lot of different things, it's important because you'll run into a situation like that where it's, you know. So if you know coding, you know, and you run into a job where they, "Hey, can you film and edit and then code for us?" You say, "Yeah, I can."
The big reason why I'm asking is because like I feel like I'm using my computer like I'm driving an automatic car, but I could be driving a manual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a good analogy?
No, it's not.
It's sort of deep to have.
Like, what did you say?
Is that a good analogy?
But not for the film and video business. We don't code in film business.
You don't code at all.
Yeah.
That's only like if you
software's
want to
given to you.
make applications.
I mean, there are applications like After Effects where you can get into the coding portion and do extra stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say that it's not that important. I've never, in my entire career up to this point, never had a client say, "Can you code for me?" Now, coding hasn't been around. It's been around a long time, but in our business, I've never had to code. Now, if you're talking about coding for a website, it's a little bit different. I've had people say, "Can you build a website for me?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I can do some limited stuff, but I'm not."
Yeah, I was gonna say HTML would be probably the only thing that he probably want to learn.
But, you know,
If you want to like design websites.
the other stuff is totally different, so, yeah. Who's this? This is,
That's mine.
Skylar. Okay, cool.
According to Adrenal Gold, 58.9% of African immigrants hold a college degree. Close to 1 million Africans immigrated to the United States. We continue to raise our voices and express our African pride in an attempt to stop the stigma against Africa and Africans.
Someone sitting beside me was like, "Hi, I noticed your accent. Where are you from?" And I'm like, "From Nigeria." And she was still confused. And she was like, "You mean Africa?"
I honest to God think it was harder on my parents than on me, because not only are they looking at themselves changing, but then they're trying to raise kids that are African, and they're realizing how difficult it's going to be.
Can you help me? And I was like, what do you need help with? And she was like, I need you to take these things to the counter for me and, you know, check them out or like return them. And I was like, but, you know, we can go together. And she's like, no, why don't you do it?
She was like, "Oh, I heard you guys don't wear clothes, and you know, sometimes you guys walk bare feet." So people always have this perception about us, you know, being poor.
She's educated and, you know, you can't, when you speak to someone, you expect them to understand you if you know what you're saying. But for them not to understand you, and then they have to ask you, "Oh, what do you mean when you say that?" For her, it's kind of embarrassing.
I think because you're younger and you're still trying to build yourself and like identify with your culture, it's easier to copy. It was easier for me to copy a different accent. It was easier for me to change the way I looked because I was younger.
Everyone generalizes, like having a stereotype that, oh, everyone from Africa is poor, or we don't eat well, or you know, we go hungry every day, but it's actually not that way.
Cool. Good job. Yeah, I didn't hear the audio, the vent in there, that audio, just that one girl was a bit low, you know, volume wise, yeah.
It purposely.
Every year.
Yep. Terry, right?
Yep. Every year, Western Michigan University and Central battle each other in a blood donation challenge. This year's blood drive ended last week. Let's hear what a couple students had to say about it.
I donated blood for the CMU versus WMU challenge this year, and I just walked in with my friend because we donated together last year. We went through the questioning place where they ask you the normal blood tests, like have you been HIV tested and stuff like that, and if I've gotten a tattoo in the past year, and everything was good, hence why I was there. I made sure to eat enough protein for when they checked my blood, because I don't eat a lot of protein most of the time. And then I had a really nice nurse who walked me through the actual giving blood process. She made me feel very comfortable, and we talked about Green Day and theater, and it didn't really hurt when she put the needle in. They always checked up on me to make sure that I wasn't going to pass out or anything. And then this time, the blood came out faster than I thought it was going to be, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So yes, I actually have donated blood. It was for the CMU versus WMU blood drive. Not this past year, but the year before that. So I had a pretty good experience with it. Not a long wait at all. I did it at the Honors College. Everyone was super friendly and nice, and not too rough with actually poking needles into my body, so that was cool. The guy who actually took my blood was really friendly, really nice, let me watch as the bag filled up, which is a little weird, but it was kind of fun. So I did an internship at Borges Hospital last summer, and I was actually in the rehabilitation clinic, and one of the patients who was there had been through a severe car accident, and she needed a lot of blood throughout her time a lot of blood transfusions because she had lost so much during the car wreck. And I found out later that Bronson and Borges get a lot of their blood supply and donations from Western and from the Kalamazoo community, what they bring to them. So, I mean, it is a life-saving donation, and you do affect the community in a variety of ways. I mean, people who are just downtown in our local hospitals receive this, so it's very important.
I did go to a concert that night and then work the next day, so those were poor decisions, but it was worth it to save 3 lives. And it turns out that Western won again our blood drive, so I'm really glad I could help Western beat Central because Central sucks.
I would definitely encourage anyone to go donate blood. It is very important for our community and for the hospitals. I'm actually a health major, and working in a hospital, you see how much blood you actually go through in a given day, week, month. So it's always something that people are in need of, and it's always beneficial to the community, so I would highly suggest doing it. And it doesn't really take any great amount of your time or any really hard work on your part at all. You just kind of lay there and then get a snack or a cookie afterwards. So, win-win.
I would say that if you're thinking about donating blood, you should definitely do it because it's fun. It helps a lot of people. And
I'm gonna stop right here. Are those the 2 spots?
Yeah.
So what those are lens flares. So those are lights being reflected back somewhere. Those are bizarre lights though.
It's kind of
yeah,
weird.
those are weird.
Those look like can lights.
I had something like that for my dance video.
That is bizarre. At first I thought it looked like the lens has little chips in it. And it will create a weird light flare.
Yeah.
But that almost looks like a reflection from someplace. I don't know, I'd have to see that camera maybe look at it, but that's interesting.
It's not as scary as most people think.
Students don't have to wait for the WMU versus CMU blood drives to donate blood. The campus holds many blood drives throughout the year. You can also go to Red Cross's website to find out for other blood drives happening in your area.
Say I've given blood at least 20 times. I'm not sure what the exact number is. I do enjoy giving blood. I've given blood at many different places. I've never given blood actually on Western's campus, but I've been to a lot of different places. I've been car dealerships, high schools. Sometimes they do.
You want to make sure you have a good night's sleep. You drink a lot of water before your donation. You also want to have a healthy breakfast the morning before, including low-fat foods like fruits, vegetables, and low-fat milk, and iron-rich foods like red meat, fish, eggs, white or wheat bread, and personally I like to go with a bagel and orange juice. Make sure for the next 24 hours after your donation, you drink plenty of water as well.
That's all we have for this year's competition. Hope to see you at next year's blood drive.
Good job. You did sound sick in that voiceover.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But yeah, that almost looks like a light reflection of something. I don't know what it is. All right.